What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video, ticker symbol AAPL, where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock could do. It's a pretty important day because we had two earnings that happened just right now after the bell that we'll take a look at as well. Microsoft and Google, both big tech names. So we'll take a look at that to see if maybe we get an idea of where Apple could be headed tomorrow. But real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are. And I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let me go ahead and hit record. We'll get right into the video. So what we saw was a little bit of a sell-off, small red day. You guys remember we talked about kind of 135 being that point that we had to really break above. And in the pre-market, things were looking really promising. We hit 135.75 at one point, which if you remember, we haven't hit in a while, right? We kept getting rejected at like 135 or maybe 135.50s. So that was looking really promising. And then right out of the gate, right, we fell below the 135, tried to push up, couldn't do it. VWAP rejected, tried to push up, couldn't do it, and then kind of came back and ended the day down a little bit. So overall, not a great trading day for Apple. We're down about 33 cents on the day, which is 0.25. But compared to the indices, right, NASDAQ was down 0.34. Dow Jones was pretty flat on the day, and S&P was also pretty flat, slightly red on the day. So pretty in line with NASDAQ, a little bit better than NASDAQ, a little bit worse than some of our other names. So let's take a look at Apple specifically. Then let's dig a little bit deeper into Microsoft and Google, just to kind of see what Apple could do, right? So here we had the bull pennant, right? And then early April we broke out. We did really well. If you watched my videos, and we caught that. But you see here, pretty much starting April 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now where we're struggling at this $135 level. Remember earlier this week I said, hey, if we break 135, I think we go to 138, 140. That was kind of my upside in Apple stock this week. But clearly we're having trouble breaking that 135, right? That was kind of the trigger of 138 to 140 is what happens at 135. We're not doing so hot. Now, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow is the day that runs into earnings. So maybe we see it run up. But again, I want to say 135 is kind of that key level. If we break that, we got 136.05 and then 138.40s and 140. So 138 to 140 would be my target if we can break 135. But with only one day left, it's getting a little bit kind of iffy if we'll do that. On the downside, we got 133.45, then 132.52, then 131.45, with that 131.45 being kind of a level that we've tested a couple times, including as early as kind of late last week. So that's great news for us as well, guys. We got a good level of support down in the 131. So my personal belief is with earnings, right, what can happen? Actually, let's take a look at Microsoft and Apple. We just covered support and resistance. Now let's take a look at Microsoft, Google. And we'll see how it does. So Google, another absolutely monstrous earnings. You took a look here. Last time it went from kind of closing at 1927, opening at 2073. So over $130-$40 jump. And it's looking pretty similar to that right now. Again, you guys, we closed here at 2307. It's at 2414. So killing it. Absolutely killing it on Google's end, and Google is doing really well. What we're seeing is, they got quarterly revenue of 44.6 billion versus 33.7 billion. Alphabet other revenue is 198 versus 135. So absolutely killed it. So great for Google, doing really well, right? Up 5% after hours almost, which is for a company like Google over $100. If we take a look at Microsoft though, not a similar story, not in that they didn't beat earnings, and we'll take a look at that here shortly. But if you take a look here, they're trading down 3.5%, right? If you take a look at, the overall kind of push, we got one that's pushing up by a lot and one that's pushing down by a lot. So what's going on here, right? Let's take a look at, which one was it? Was it this one? Nope. Was it this one? There we go. So They reported earnings after close today. Third quarter revenue of $31.7 billion, up 19% year over year, and beat Street's estimate of $41 billion. We got operating income of 17 and net income of 14.8, up 31 and 38% year over year. Earnings per share was a beat. So, I mean, $1.95 versus $1.78. So far we got earnings beat. We got net income going up 30%. Productivity up 15%. Office up 14%. Office 365 up 22%. 50 million customer subscriptions. LinkedIn revenue up 25%. Cloud services 26%. So everything I've talked about so far is nothing but great news, right? Up 19%, up 34% year over year. Xbox revenue, advertising up 17%. Intelligent Cloud up 23%. Other cloud 26%. Azure up 50% year over year. So nothing we've said is been bad news, but Microsoft is falling. That's sort of the reason why you guys, you know, we don't know what is going to happen with Apple, right? Both had great earnings. One is falling, as you could see, up down $9, which is 3.5%. The other up 4.76%. You can have an opinion on what you think Apple is going to do, but do not kind of let that kind of cloud your judgment on how you play earnings, if you are playing earnings. Apple could do super well and fall. Apple could do terrible. I don't think Apple will do terrible, but Apple could not do well and still go up if they say something like, oh, by the way, we started working on cars, right? That's why typically, you know, earnings are very kind of, you're shooting just kind of up in the air and you have a 50% chance of kind of calling it. Or actually 33 because it could just be flat. Not very common, but it could be. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. Earnings are tomorrow after the bell. We'll definitely cover that as always. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know I'm holding my Apple shares. I've got that 130 covered call that I'm probably going to keep rolling. Or if Apple tanks for whatever reason post earnings, that'll be my opportunity to get out of that one and sell a new one next week. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I'm still hoping that we break out of this 135, make a push kind of towards 138. I don't necessarily think we'll get between 130 and 140 by tomorrow. Maybe earnings are great and we get there. But yeah, that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.